Hey you guys, it's Michael and it's Tuesday, and this week we are talking about trans visibility. Basically I guess there's a lot of debate as to whether, people think it's good or proper or what have you once they get to a level of transition where they pass. I guess there's 2 points on the end of the spectrum where you can pass as not being transgender, and it's at the very beginning when you can pass as the wrong gender, and at the very end when you finally, and this doesn't happen for everybody, I need to note too, but at the end where you can pass as the gender that is congruent with how you feel inside. So that said, I mean, there are plenty of trans women who are more than 6 feet tall with big hands, etc. There are plenty of people actually for various reasons because they can't medically transition because of what have you. And we need to remember that there are so many people in our community that will never be able to pass unless it's as the wrong gender. So that said, I just want to point out that for all of us stuck in that awkward in-between stage, for many who will never pass and know what it is to be, just out in society and known as your true gender, for many of us, that visibility thing is kind of a moot point. This is only a question for those of us who can pass. So that said, it's not always a choice in the first place. The second place, you get to the point where you can pass as the gender that is your true gender. And then the question is, do you speak up and tell everybody that you're transgender, or do you just go stealth and say, nope, I really am this gender? And that's the question. And I just want to say that there are a number of factors, and I don't see where it's anyone's place to judge anybody else for what they decide on this question. There are a lot of things to keep in mind. We do face discrimination on a pretty regular basis. And to tell somebody that that's kind of a crazy sunshine thing. I don't want to do that. Sorry, guys. Just to tell somebody that they need to put themselves out there and face discrimination, well, who are you to say that? There are a number of things to keep in mind. There's physical safety, for one. I myself have actually been physically attacked and then treated like garbage pretty recently. These 2 separate incidents that have happened to me because I'm in that awkward in-between phase. I don't really look like a woman, and I don't quite pass as a man yet, so I've had people get kind of upset with me over that. So there's that. There's being able to hold on to employment. There's just a number of factors. But sometimes you just want to be treated like a person. You get so tired of this, like, transgender thing all the time. Like, everybody wants to treat you as, you're not even a human anymore. You're the political item du jour, and you're just the spokesperson for that political topic. And you know what? I can understand somebody saying, I'd like to just be a regular guy, if that's all right with you. I don't want to answer questions. I don't want to defend a stance. I don't want to explain my medical transition. I don't want to tell you what it's like every day. I just want to be a regular guy. Wouldn't that be great? But unfortunately, once people know that you're transgender, they are not always capable of allowing that. Sometimes people need to constantly be in your face and be like, I read this thing in Time magazine, or I read this, or I read that, or I heard this, or I just want to know your personal business now because you're not you're just a political item du jour. So, I mean, I can kind of understand why people want to go stealth. That said, there's also the other side of it wherein if we're not visible, then how will we ever get our rights? It's sort of a human rights issue. It's the simple fact that nobody else is going to stand up for us. That certainly has not happened in the past, and we've only won our rights by standing up for ourselves, and you can't stand up for yourself while you're invisible. Being a regular guy means saying, good luck the rest of you trans people. I guess that's the thing, is like, every time I come across somebody and I'm openly trans, and I can't choose that right now because I'm in between, people always think that I'm the only trans person they've ever met, or they think I'm the only trans guy they've ever met, or I'm only one of, one or two or a very small handful, and that's part of why I have to be the spokesman. And then I just kind of, I look at them and I go, how do you know you've not met other trans people? Some of us do pass. Some of us, I passed as a woman for quite a few years. Granted, wrong gender, but I don't know. I guess. So yeah, if we could just have all of our rights and be allowed to just be regular people, and be transgender at the same time, that would be great. If people could just stop treating us like we're weirdos, that would be ideal.